Welcome, everybody. This is the continued show from today. Be sure to like, subscribe, share the video, and when you get on, type in the box. I'll wait till somebody comes on. I need to know if the audio is working and the chat is working because I can't tell. I got to get the plates out, and so now we have one thumbs up. There we go. Now we got a viewer. I need to get the plate out and start spinning it on the stick. So, 4 watchers. Okay. Let me know in the chat. Okay, it's working. Good. All good. Thank you very much. Okay, so I showed how to do the sheeting today. And I'm going to do the bottom sheeting. But I've been sitting looking at this wingtip. We're going to figure out how to get it on perfectly. So we'll get to that here. So let me switch camera views. And we're going to have to switch this down. So we'll turn that one down. I have no room for anything. Okay, I want to get this on because a lot of times I have to lay is good, great. I have to get these on, and a lot of times these will be on just a little bit off. Well, I got to thinking about this. Why can't I use the cradle as a way to put it on absolutely perfect? The problem is, I need to pin it on there and look. The problem is it doesn't fit quite. It doesn't have a good joint. So we're going to have to figure out how to get that good joint. Got a good joint on the front, but not on the back. Fits on the bottom, not on the top. It's got a little bit of goop there. So I need this. And let's see if we can get it on here straight. Getting closer. It's closer. Man. Still good. What the heck's going on here? Close, but it's not quite perfect. There's something holding it up. So there we go. Got a little bit of smuts on there. I got to get that sanded off. I mean, it's going to get sanded off anyway, but I need to get get it off there so it doesn't distort my sanding. So I need to go a little bit more. I know you guys like these sessions. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Super chats help. They help keep me going, keep me in wood and glue, and help me put out these informational videos. Now there we go. That's a good fit. You see how that joint fits perfect? Let me zoom in here. I just figured I could zoom this stuff now. So we need to go up a little bit. need to figure out. I think we're going to put a plate on top of this, though. Is that straight? That is more or less straight. Is it more or less? I'm going to have to mark it or something to get it on there straight. Okay. Let's tack it on there and see what happens. These have to be on perfect because it would act like the trim tab. If your wingtip's off, so we'll tack it and then test it. Okay, tacked on there. Gotta pick up the cradle here. Cradle's on the floor. Probably need to tape that together. Let's do that. Let's tape it together. Hopefully I got some tape in here. 2-inch. Eddie, not sure what you got in my chat earlier, but sorry about your dad. Yes, my dad built as nice as I do. But he built speed airplanes. He would always say, it has to be perfect. I'll be doing a video on to say goodbye to my dad here. I just haven't got up to it yet. Kind of like the roll call, because I'm sure he wanted me to continue building in life, so. Okay, what I'm doing here is I'm using the trailing edge of the cradle to hold this thing square, so it's not up or down, if that makes sense. I don't want it cocked like that. So let's glue it on there. Only thing is, it's probably gonna. What I'll do is I'll tack it and then pick it up, look at it, and then glue it good because it'll run down on the foam and make a big hole. Well, that's about as best I could get it on there. That's good. Actually not. I gotta break it off and move it down. Come on, there we go. It's on straight, but it just wasn't centered. Anybody want to guess on how much this wing's going to weigh with the tips on it and everything? Keep weighing them. Let's see, I'm out of tape. I want to have to get some out of the car, I guess. Thank you very much, guys. It's The World War II guys are going away at an alarming rate. I wanted him to be the last guy standing, but he lived one day past his birthday. And almost the day my mom passed away. Okay, so now let me reach over here, change views. Okay, so we have the wingtip on it, the centerpiece. I need to cut another centerpiece of sheeting. Let's make sure this is going to work out correctly. Hopefully I don't have to do too much dinking around. How did that happen? I need it to be this way. I need it to be this way so I can see what I'm doing. What the hell am I thinking? Okay. So just like before, this edge has got some imperfections in it. We're going to have to clean that up to make it fit perfect. It better not be 8 ounces. It better be in the 6 ounce range till I get the bell crank in it. Okay, what I'm doing here is when I put that sheeting up to the trailing edge, once again, you have to clean off any of the smuts and the glue and any of the stuff that'll give you an imperfect joint. And I'm only cutting maybe thousandths off. I see that. Now you notice here I got 2 open holes. I got to fill those back up before I put the sheeting on. That's where I'm running into my problem here. I didn't get those shear webs down in there far enough, which is not a big deal. Like, we'll just go back and redo them. I wish this heat would make up its mind, either too hot or too cold. Yeah, we were talking about Pimp My ARF again. Well, the airplane, it looks really good. It does. But what a lumber wagon that's going to be. I mean, he's got 4 layers of fiberglass and 3 layers of resin, 6 coats of primer, and some urethane paint with clear. Oh, man. But in RC, you can't feel the pull, so I guess it don't matter. And the difference between control line and RC is about 5 foot, 4 foot, 4 to 6. Because I'll guarantee you can't take an RC airplane, dive it straight down to the ground, and pull out at 5 foot flat. Be right in the ground with it. Especially building them lumber wagons like that. Maybe. If you remember today, I ground on those ribs where I epoxied it together. Well, it looks like I didn't get it quite down far enough. It's holding it up a little bit. Okay, let's cut this out so I know how far I really actually need to cut over, because it looks like a little bit of whoop right there. I could blend that in a little bit, I guess. We got 5 thumbs up and 12 watchers. Hit that like button, guys. It helps the YouTube algorithm so they're not suppressing the channel, because they do a lot of suppressing of channels on YouTube for some stupid reason. Now I do have another channel on YouTube. And I'll be, as soon as I get more, I only got 4 videos uploaded there. That's going to be only building videos. There won't be any live stream hangout stuff there, so you'd have to wade through all that. I know some of you guys like that live stream stuff, but that, basically, this blade is starting to get dull. You can feel it pulling, and it's starting to rip the balsa wood, and it takes the chunks out. End up having to cut a new piece anyway, so might as well change out the blade now. I will be on tomorrow, probably before and after laundry, so it'll be quite a pause tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't snow. Oh, shoot, I'm putting it on the wrong side. It's about time for a new pair of glasses with a little more power to them. Another trick on cutting this wood is, if you notice, your mother told you to carve away from you. Away. I never carve away from you. I'm always pulling towards me. I have better control over the blade that way. So we do it in one fluid movement. So if you're a kid watching this, and I just told you to disregard what your dad said, I didn't do it on, don't listen to me, listen to your dad. Because I don't want you to get hurt. Just because you see me do it doesn't mean that you're going to be able to do it. Okay, we're in luck. That's going to fit perfect. So let's take the other side off and make a pattern for the top half. Because I don't want to. Good evening, Montana. I don't want to work too hard. So we already have a pattern made. So we'll make another pattern for the bottom. I need to find a good piece, a 3/32. That was 20. This is 19. Let's see if they're the same thickness. Yep, they're the same thickness. Not the same wood grain, but I think if I cut it out of this end, it'll be all right. Okay, I gotta turn the heat off here. And in 10 minutes, it'll be cold again. Okay. Now, assuming that I built this thing symmetrical, this line here should be close to the same. So this one's the bottom. Let's put it back on. I don't need this anymore. Need to make a tick mark in the center where it goes. It goes right there. We were talking tonight. I know you guys aren't going to like this, but you might. I am going to build an RC airplane on this channel. And the reason being, all the techniques and methods that I use for these control line stunt airplanes have a direct correlation to RC aircraft. But if I were to put in the description box, building RC aircraft and then show control line, I would get 1,000,000 thumbs down. But I'm trying to build up the metrics. That's why I need the thumbs up, the super chats, the subscribes, the memberships. So I'm going to build an RC airplane, and keep in mind, everything I do on the RC airplane will be in direct correlation with a control line stunt airplane, but at least then I can put in the description box, RC how to build. And we should boost our, because these guys are getting 10,000 views a month, and I'm only getting 500 views in a year. And we need to get those numbers up. So I hope you understand why I'm going to do that. And if it's going to be a problem, well, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to bring control line back somehow. Don't think I'm going to become an RC builder because I don't like to fly RC. Maybe I'll build it and give it away to somebody on the channel. Less radio and engine, of course. Can you imagine having a built a balsa wood RC airplane with a 19-point finish on it at the flight line? You don't see those anymore. Very rarely, I should say. Well, yeah, you can share my videos anywhere you want. I don't like Facebook, but share them anywhere you want. You might catch some flack from a few guys that have been thrown off Stunt Hanger or have left, whatever, but I don't care. Anybody that wants to complain, all I got to do is try to compete against me building and flying. I'll be more than willing to hash it out on the circle or at the nats or whatever. They say I don't know what I'm doing or have some bad. There's always somebody with a smart remark. Okay, we got that piece now. Now for the trick I showed earlier. So put this down here. Need a piece of 2-inch. Where the heck did it go? There it is. Okay, I pulled that this way so that it makes a tight joint. If you let it sloppy when you put this piece in, man, it's almost like I knew what I was doing. It fits perfect. So okay, the trick for the sheeting is to put the straight edge in between the two sheets. Where'd the scalpel go? There it is. Hold the scalpel at 90 degrees to the sheet. If you hold it at an angle like this, it'll cut the sheets goofy. But you get one pass and you cut through both sheets. Oh. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so now I want to turn that. I got my one piece. I got my one piece of wax paper to do the job. That's pretty sad. I got one little piece left. So take this off. Let me just tack it together so I know where exactly they need to be. Don't break. I broke enough stuff on this airplane already. Don't break. Okay. Yeah. Yep, build in the closet. Now I've showed a vast array of how to do things too. With power tools, with hand tools, with rocks, with sticks. Whatever it takes. Remember, these things are right up front. Let's see. Let me turn this on exposure and see what happens. It doesn't do anything. It looks like it's overexposed. It's this one. It's a little overexposed. There we go. I need to put a hood on it. Okay. Eric Bryn, spinning them plates. Okay, bottom sheet's done. I'll get this back over here. We can work on the spar, compression spar, the most important part of the airplane. It is the backbone of the airplane. If you wanted to build 100%, and I do mean 100% bulletproof, you would run your motor mounts all the way back over the top of the compression spar. And that would lock in, but not many people build like I do with the Lincoln Log front end. That's exactly right. You got to work with what you have on hand. Okay, so let me get at this. So the way that I build and I do things is that everything is keyed in. This piece is keyed into the doublers and F2. It's keyed in. The wing is keyed into the fuselage right here into the tank box. If you wanted to be 100% bulletproof, you would take these motor mounts and run them back over the top of the wing and glue them to the compression spar. That would be 1,000%, I mean 10,000% locking the whole airplane up. This is what I do. When I put this fuselage in, I cut 3/8 pieces of wood in this shape here. So it would go down straight, and then it would go back to over the top of the compression spar, and I glue them to the sidewall. Then I take superfill and I fill the inside and the outside of the airplane so that it locks the motor or the nose to the wing. But hardwood is better than balsa. So if you wanted to do it that way, the old Magnums used to run out and taper the motor mounts over the top of the wing. I don't think it's necessary because the way I build, because everything's keyed together. You pick up the nose of my airplane, it feels like a baseball bat, and it ain't because it's heavy. Let me show this up close. Now you see that joint I just cut there? You can't feel that. It's perfect, just like it was grown that way. Doing that method with cutting through the two sheets. So we'll leave that on there, and then we'll work on the compression spars. I don't know whether I can cut these with a knife. We're going to try. So let's see. Where did I put that piece of basswood now? Let me clean this stuff up off the bench. Working in the closet. Shooting movies. Gonna have to clean up the floor too. I'm starting to grind the balsa dust into the carpet. That'd be hard to get up if I grind it in too long. Yeah, better make a second pass. Shit. And these pins. Now's a good time to chat so I can see what you guys are saying. So I need to find the basswood. There it is. Okay. Good evening, Chris. Okay. So you want to make the most of what you have, and you don't want to carry around any more than what you need. And I'll explain what I'm talking about. We are going to cut this spar length, this compression spar, no more than the width of the sheeting. So let's turn it over this way. We need to make 2 compression spars, $1 a piece. That's what they cost, because this is old. It's $1.85, so I know it's got to be $2. We're going to get 2 out of this, so $1 a piece. The first thing is we're going to cut it to length. Can't believe it's got more trash on here. So I guess for my next project after this one's done, it'll be the RC airplane, then the Al Rave airplane. I'm going to try to pick something that's not too big. I don't want to do some quarter scale job, but at least for you RC guys, you'll figure out that this is all the same thing. So any of you guys got an idea what type of RC airplane I need to work on, put it in the description box or send me a message on the forum, because I got no clue. I mean, it doesn't matter to me what it is, because I ain't going to fly it. I just need the hits. Hopefully this will cut it. If not, I'll have to do a smoothie RC airplane. No, I want to find something that there's a set of plans for, so that I'm sure I could make it work, but I want to build something that there's a set of plans for, that the YouTube people can follow along and they know what it is without asking 1,000 questions. What's that about? What kind of airplane's that? Never seen an RC airplane like that. Well, that's all dull. Might as well throw it out. Shit. So where's that? Here's another one. Try this one. That Zona saw there is dull, dull, dull. I hope it cuts with the grain easier than it's cross grain. Come on. That's shit. Try this. Hopefully this is sharp enough to do it. There we go. Yay. Okay, I need 2 spars out of that. Let's see how wide it is. I should be able to get my landing gear out of that too, so I need some 1/4-inch pieces out of that. Like I say, hopefully it'll cut easier with the grain. So we got 2. So I need to make a decision. Do I want to try something new or stick with something old? I guess we'll stick with what we know works. No sense in reinventing the wheel this close to getting to the match. Okay. Please cut easy. Not too bad. Not too bad. Hope I got a few more X-Acto blades though. A Nobler, yeah. I guess they have an RC Nobler, but okay, these 2 compression spars, when they're sitting in the wing, one is under tension. Let's say going around the inside. The bottom is under tension, and the top is under compression. This is what holds the wing together. The whole heart of the wing is in these 2 pieces of wood. So they're necessary, but they're heavy. So I have used light ply before. Not to say you can't do it, but light ply is not the optimal choice for these type of pieces because the layers could become debonded over time. So these basswood is second lightest wood next to light ply. These 2 spars weigh 19 grams, a little over 1/2 ounce. So I need to, when I whittle on these things, I need to get 0.15 ounces off of them. So if I have to drill holes in them or sand them to a taper or whatever I have to do, I have to get that down to no more than 1/2 ounce. And that's too much as far as I'm concerned. If I could get it down to 0 of an ounce, that'd be great. So let's put all this crap over here and start laying it up and whittling out. So we've come almost an hour already and haven't got a whole lot done, but we did, got some stuff done. Tomorrow I should be able to finish up the wing. If I don't have any YouTube problems or whatever. Of course, I am going to do laundry tomorrow, so that kills 2 hours out of tomorrow. At least I can sit in front of the laundromat and listen to the radio. And I hate doing it. Okay. COVID. All right. Turn this a little bit. Now, as I told you, I got to get, I have to cut some weight off of these things. So in order to do that, we're going to use this as a template. Because we know it's perfect. It's right up alongside the spar. Come on. Oh yeah, I'll be able to get that out of it, no problem. I can just tell by eyeballing how much wood's going to come out. These are going to be less than a ½ ounce, so we're good shape. Now you say, why am I cutting it to that shape? Well, if I make this spar and I side edges, for what? They're not glued to anything. They're just out in the breeze. So it's extra wood. A 60. So it's just extra wood hanging around in the breeze. Like I told you, the sum of the parts is the whole of the total or whatever. So if this is not doing anything, why would I carry it? So when this is glued on, the sheeting this is glued into the wing and the sheeting is glued onto this. A lot of guys would just leave that. Well, that ain't no good. And I'm thinking about cutting the angle up this way too, and I might do that anyway. I think I will. I think we'll whittle that out of there. So, because I'd like to see these down to a 1/4 ounce for both of them. So we got it right there. It's right there as the center. Because there's, like I say, there's a lot of weight that you're carrying around that there's really no need for. So right there. I'm not an engineer, but I've built enough model airplanes to know what you can leave off and what you got to tote around. Now there's plenty of guys that can fire already a square this stuff to death, draw it on paper, and when the model's done, it's either a turd or it'll fold. So let's make this 500 thousandths. So we're going to make it 500 thousandths at the tip. Let's do the tip right there. So when I get this one cut, I'll just swap it over on the other side because both sides are symmetrical. Since it's double working so damn hard. Okay, there's the profile of my compression spar. Now we got to do is cut it out and see what it weighs. This is also where the bell crank mounts. To make it easy. Come on. Yahoo! In order to get those arcs in there, I'm going to have to grind it with the Dremel. Because remember, airplane has to look as good inside as it does outside. You hear that, Jim? Not only did the bottom look as nice, but the inside looks as good as the outside. And it doesn't take that much extra work. The grain is going the wrong way. It wants to pull it off the ruler there. Okay, we got that. Let's see here. Cut this one. Now this cut here has to be about as close as you can get it, because this is what glues next to the 3/16 spars on the top of the C tube. So a little added extra care and cutting that angle would help. Remember, my high roller was built in Motel 6. So if you think you have no room, I don't want to hear it. Okay, let's cut her up, see what happens. Sounds to me like the bearings are shot in that thing. Okay. There's a compression spar. Now do it again and if you sand and round everything over to it, it relieves the stress risers in the wood. So that's just a suggestion. Now, one thing I would like to add, I'm going to be doing an OBS test here. I'm running off of Logi software right now for the webcam, but I found OBS virtual camera where I can do the screenshots and the other stuff too. If you see a video OBS test again, don't worry about it. It's just a test of the emergency broadcast system. Okay, let's see what this weighs now. It's going to be nice. So it was over a half ounce. This is a quarter, so it's going to be 1/2 ounce. So we took our 1.5 off of it like I was looking for. That's another nice thing about these videos is I'm documenting the weights of all this stuff without having to write it down. I can go back and look. Well, is everybody ready for higher gas prices yet? Higher taxes? I'm not going to participate in their stupid schemes. Okay. How wonderful it sounds. Yeah, right. Got to be something we can do. I just don't know what it is. In 6 months, they'll be crying to have 2020 back. Gas below $2 a gallon in Akron. Wait till next month. They shut off production. Price is ready to skyrocket. Inflation is going to be out of sight. I predict $5 a gallon gasoline. You guys are going to be crying. Tards. Okay, gotta watch what I say here. The AI will pick it up. Flag me. Shut down everything. Okay, If they do, that's okay. I'm getting ready to move off anyway. All right. I can't remember what year it was, but I paid $5.25 a gallon to go to the Nats one year. I think it was not, 9/11 year. I must be stupid. But I wanted to fly model airplanes. Yeah. Remember, children, don't do as I do as I say. That wasn't too bad, but I do a lot of stuff on camera that it's questionable whether it's a safety factor or not. So did we get our half ounce out of this? Less than a half ounce, 13 grams, 0.45, so we're in good shape. So now let's clear this off. I'll weigh the whole wing and everything. We'll cut in the spar locations. I'm not sure what I want to do about bell crank yet. I have a Tom Morris bell crank already set up with lines. And I have a few of the finest bell cranks in Stunt, but they're not set up. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to set them up and carry on or what I'm going to do. I think maybe Tom said it right. It's just sexier to have a carbon bell crank than a phenolic bell crank. Because I'm sure that they're pretty close to the same weight because they're the same density and approximately the same size, so they'd be within a grain or two. Phenolic is linen. Phenolic is made of linen and resin and pressed under pressure. And that's your circuit boards, and it's not Bakelite like the old soldering irons and stuff were. Phew, that man. I smell that wood burning. Okay, so let's see if we can get a good view of what I'm doing here. First, let's weigh this mess and see what it weighs. One guy said 8 ounces. It better not be 8 ounces. Okay, this is everything unless the flaps in the bell crank. .25. So 6.25, 7, 8.25. It'll be under 10 ounces complete. Push rod, bell crank, horn, everything. That's a good weight. Top's 11 ounces. Shit, anything under 14 is good. Yeah, they used to use it in caliper pistons. When your brakes heated up, they smelled like circuit boards burning, like a computer burn up. All right. We've been on an hour and 12 minutes. I don't know how much longer I'll stay on. I don't want to bore you guys to death. You know, you get enough of me in a day. This is the top. So now I want to cut in. I want to cut an 1/8 inch notch in these pistons, in these ribs, so that fits down flush. So it's not hard to do. What the heck is holding it up here? Oh, it's got some goobers on it. I need to sand that straight. If something don't fit perfect, make it fit perfect. Because you get one chance. That's pretty good. Okay, it didn't take but a couple swipes. Not boring, you love it, huh? So what I do is I just push it up in there and I make a cut in the rib about 1/8 of an inch down, right with a knife right at the spar. Same thing there, same angle. That way it's keyed in, fits perfect. Take it out. I just eyeball it, and you don't have to be perfect. You just make a cut over 1/8 of an inch, cut the piece out. Here's another trick about this, what I'm doing here. If it does not fit down underneath the sheeting without pushing on the sheeting, it will show through the paint. I know that for a fact because I had to learn the hard way. Somebody would say, hey, what's that? What are you going to do about that? Nothing now. See, the way that it's in here now, it cannot sit in there like that. It's tilted back up and it would touch the sheeting. It must move down flush. But you don't want to cut too much material away because you want a glue section to the ribs. Not that these little 3/32 ribs would offer much strength, but it's the sum of the whole thing, you know. A little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a lot here, a little bit on the sheeting. And the minute you give, it's kind of like give an inch, it'll take a mile. If you let it work. That's why on an aircraft, when you get a crack, you drill a hole at the end of the crack so it stops the crack. But if you don't drill a hole and you let it work, it'll wear, that crack will move all the way around the airplane. You cannot take for granted anything on a real airplane, and you shouldn't on your control line airplane. So that will sit under the sheeting, correct. I'll show you here in a second. Almost. Almost. It's a little high right there. And I'll give a little explanation here as I get it cut. Yeah, almost. What the heck's going on here? Got a little, must have a little glue dauber right there. The Bob Ross of balsa. Okay, let me bring this other camera around here. Got my laundry under the bench here. Okay. See what happens. Let's see what happens. Camera one. Okay. Zoom out. Okay. Now you want to make sure that this, the leading edge of this, is up against that spar, that 3/16 square spar there. And this piece, when you glue it in, it gets epoxied along that spar, and it gets epoxied there, and epoxy there, and epoxy there. And that glues in like so. The bell crank pivot is right through here, both sides. Ah. My wife heard you say that this morning. Say what? So when this goes on, when you glue this piece on, I usually put a little piece of tape up here not to goober the epoxy on there, but I put epoxy along this and white glue along this, and then this glues on like so. I could cut a little bit more off of that. I think I will. Looks like I can trim it up a little bit more. Bob Ross of Balsa, yeah. Eric Brennan, Bob Ross. That's it. Happy little circles. Well, I just sand away. So we'll cut a little bit out of that. Sand a little more on that. Should be just, I've got the time. It's not that difficult. Why would I carry around even that little bit extra when it's not doing anything? Yeah. I got a new sanding disc on this thing. Sanding drum. Kind of in sad shape. Okay. That goes there. Oh. That goes there. Don't have any extra overhang. That's good. So let's put the tape on here. Pull that down. So we got one side done tonight, but I feel I've done my 5 hours of TV for today. Happy little accidents. Yeah, that's right. That guy had a fro, all right. I don't have an afro, but somebody told me my mustache and glasses are iconic. I guess. Any questions on the compression spar? All this stuff I do is pretty straightforward, really. Eric Bryn, spinning the circles, spinning the plates. But I only do this way because I don't want to have to edit anything. So tomorrow's agenda, I'll probably do this off camera so I don't have to talk or whatever. So I'll get the other compression spar mounted in the other side. I won't mount the bell crank because I'm still undecided. I won't put this tip on until I figure out what I'm going to do for lead out guides. So that'll be tomorrow. But this wing is getting finished tomorrow. I'm going to get it done. Let's see. Happy little accidents. The way you do it, it looks like one piece. Well, yeah, everything's got to be one piece. When you're building these stupid things, let me blow my nose here. If you don't make the fits, look, this is finished carpentry, cabinet making. If you don't make the fits perfect in the framing, in the finish, you can't cover the mistakes. I don't care what you do. You can put all the urethane on it you want. I can see the mistakes. When you candle it, or when I look at somebody's airplane, especially at the Nats or whatever, and I hold it up and I candle it and look down the side, and it's going like a banana, you know, hey, asleep at the switch. Or the cap strips are poked up and you got wrinkles at the covering. What were you thinking? It only took 2 seconds more to sand that out. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. And lots of them. But try to correct them as you go. You don't want to just let them go and, it's kind of like, ho-hum, oh well, whatever. Unless you want to be an ARF flyer. ARF's got so many mistakes in them, they're ridiculous. I've seen wings on ARFs look like propellers. I don't know how they can sell that crap. But they do, so. I'll try to get you the dates for the Cleveland contest. Yes, I'll be there. If there's a contest, I'll be there. Is there more than one, or hey, we get to come up? You saw me chumming with Billy. I mean, I get to go see Bill. There's a shame. Billy has so much knowledge in his brain that he needs to release some so that it can carry on, because he's getting up there. And as my dad would say when he was alive, time is short. And he used to tell me everything. Whatever I wanted to know. And if I had a question, he had the right answer. Because I would go, well, that can't be right. Let me go look. Sure enough, it was right. So these old guys really know what the hell they're talking about. And I used to talk to that one guy, I can't remember his name, Lou. The hell is his last name? 100 years old. I used to go and ask him all kind of questions, and he would have some really strange answers. And I do the research. And yep, he's right. So I like talking to them old guys because they know a lot of stuff. They, how to fix cars without welding it, hammer weld and forge and all that stuff. And if you really want to know something, let's put it this way. I don't want to go to a practicing doctor. I want to go to somebody who knows what they're doing. So you don't go to a 30-year-old doctor, you go to an 80-year-old doctor. Unless you're getting surgery, then you want somebody in between that has a steady hand. Because the 80-year-old guys might be Parkinson's out, but they know what they're doing. Anyway, I think I'm going to do that. That's an hour and a half for today. There hasn't been a whole lot of conversation, no super chats, didn't pick up any subscribers that I know of. I know I didn't get any new members joining the channel. And I do this all for you guys. And And I need to get the metrics up, and that's why I've decided that I'm going to build an RC airplane. I don't know what it'll be. I might go on Outer Zone and get a PDF of some type of obscure, real-looking airplane, RC airplane, and we'll build it using control line techniques and see if I can't make an RC airplane under 5 pounds, because they usually are like 25 pounds. Especially that guy on Pimp My ARF. That thing's got to be ultra turd with 3 coats of fiberglass and polyurethane and polyacrylic and urethane on it, plus car primer, plus urethane paint, acrylics, and man, it's got to be a turd. But when you're flying RC, you can't feel it pulling you off your feet, so I guess it don't matter. But what people don't understand is weight equals horsepower. If you don't have enough horsepower to take the weight off, you do now. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share the videos, and I'll see you tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya.